Hello everybody. Today we are going to learn something interesting in mathematics, that is how to find the circumference of a circle. Finding the circumference of a circle is an important chapter when you sit for your Cambridge and EDEXCEL examinations. Today I'm going to take you through the basics of how to find the circumference of a circle. Before we find the circumference of a circle, we should know what is a radius and what is a diameter. Look at this picture here. You will see a circle with the center here marked in brown, and from the center to the circle, that is the line from the center to the circle, is called the radius, and the line drawn from one end to the other end of the circle through the center is called the diameter. So usually 2 radius is equal to 1 diameter. Example, if I say the radius here is 7 centimeters, the diameter is going to be 14 centimeters. So usually the diameter is twice the radius. Alright, how to find the circumference of a circle? What is a circumference? Circumference is the length of this circle around this is called the circumference of a circle. There are 2 ways that you can find the circumference. You can use the formula pi d, or you can use 2 pi r. If in the question that you get, if they have given you the value of the diameter, you can use pi d, or if they have given you the radius, you can use 2 pi r. So now let's go through a question. Let me take you through a question. Let's see how you can find the circumference. Question 1. Find the circumference of a circle of diameter 8 centimeters. So you have to read the question carefully. You see they are asking for the diameter here. When they ask for the diameter, it's easier for you to use the formula pi d, and you substitute 8 centimeters for d. Pi, usually we take it as 3.142, or if you are going to use fractions, you can use 22/7 as pi. So in this question they have asked you to take pi as 3.142, so we will use this figure to find the circumference of this circle given. So here the diameter of the circle is 8 centimeters. We are using the formula pi d. Pi is equal to 3.142, d is equal to 8. So when you multiply 3.142 by 8, it is approximately 25.1 centimeter for 1 decimal point. So the length around this circle here is approximately 25.1 centimeters. Question number 2. Find the circumference of the circle given. Take pi as 3.142. The difference from question number 1 and question number 2, here they have given you the value of radius. Radius here is 3 centimeters. So we are going to use the circumference of a circle, the formula 2 pi r. Now I think you have understood clearly where we need to use pi d and why we need to use 2 pi r. So 2 pi r, when you use, you can substitute r is equal to 3 centimeters here. So 2 multiplied by pi is equal to 3.142 multiplied by 3. So when you use the calculator, you get 18.8 centimeters, closer to 1 decimal point, which is the length of this circle around this circle is approximately 18.8 centimeters for 1 decimal point. Okay, question number 3. Find the perimeter of the semicircle given. Here you see they have not asked you the circumference, they are asking you the perimeter. So you need to remember, you need to clearly understand what is the difference between the perimeter and the circumference. Circumference is the length of the arc given. That is, this part of the circle is called the circumference of this arc, or the arc length. You call it as the arc length because it is part of the circle. We call it as an arc. So the arc length. If they ask for the perimeter, perimeter is going to be that you will have to find the arc length plus the diameter given or the radius given. So here they have asked you to use pi as 3.142. Arc length of the semicircle is equal to pi d. That is, we are going to use d because they have given the diameter here. Or if you are going to use 2 pi r, you will have to divide 20. If you are going to use 2 pi r, you will have to divide 20 by 2 and find r and then substitute. So it's easier for me to use pi d here, substituting 20 at once. And why did I use 1 over 2? 1 over 2 is the circumference of a circle you find using 2 pi r or pi d. But here it's a semicircle. So you use 1 over 2, which is you divide the answer by 2 to find the arc length here. So you substitute 3.142 multiplied by d, that is 20, and divide it by 2. In other words, multiply it by half. So when you use the calculator, you will find you get 3.42 centimeters, which is the arc length. This part here is equal to 31.42. And let's go back to the question. They have asked you for the perimeter, not for the arc length. So now we have found the arc length. To find the perimeter, you need to add the 20 centimeters to the arc length. So we have the perimeter of the semicircle, arc length plus the diameter, that is 20 centimeters. When you add, it is approximately 51.42 centimeters. A similar question. Find the perimeter of the quarter circle given. Take pi as 3.142. So here we have 1/4 of the circle. That is, this could be 90 degrees here. Arc length of the quarter circle, we first use, they have given you r, not d. So this is r, radius. So I'm going to use 2 pi r, which will be easy for me to do the calculation. So 2 pi r multiplied by 1 over 4. Why is it 1 over 4? It is because it is quarter of the circle. In other words, you can divide the answer by 4. Now you substitute 2 pi is equal to 3.142 multiplied by 7. R is equal to 7 and multiply by quarter or divide by 4. So you get 43.99 approximately multiplied by 1 over 4. The answer would be 10.99. Now looking at the question again, they have asked you for the perimeter, not the arc length. So you found the arc length now. You have the arc length as 10.99. Perimeter of the shape is equal to arc length plus we have radius, so we are going to add this part and this part. The arc length here is 10.99. So we have arc length 10.99 plus 7, that is 14. When you add 10.99 to 14, you get 24.99 centimeters, which is the perimeter of this quarter circle. Question number 5. Find the arc length of the shape given. Pi is equal to 3.142. What is this shape here? You have 270 degrees here, approximately. So now if we are not sure of the part of the circle. Now in the previous questions we know that one particular was a semicircle, you know it's half of the circle. There was another question which was 1/4 of the circle, but here we are not sure what part of the circle this is. So as you know, the angle around a point is 360 degrees. So out of 360 degrees, this arc is having 270 degrees. So you can use it as 270 over 360. We are going to find the arc length, and the question says find the arc length, not the perimeter. So I'm going to see if it is the radius given or the diameter given. They have given me the radius as 7 centimeters. So I'm going to use 2 pi r. 2 pi r is the formula again to find the circumference of a full circle, but this is not a full circle. This is a part of the circle, which is 270 degrees over 360. So I'm going to use 2 pi r multiplied by 270 over 360. When we simplify 270 by 360, you get 3/4. So if you see, this is 3/4 of the circle. Now we substitute 2 multiplied by pi. They have asked you to take 3.142. 2 multiplied by 3.142 multiplied by 7, which is the radius, multiply by 3 and divide by 4, or multiply by 3/4. So you multiply 2 by 3.142 multiply by 7, which you get 43.99, multiply by 3 and divide by 4, you get 32.99 centimeters, which is the arc length of this sector. That is 32.99, sorry. So this is the arc length, which is from this point here up to this point in here. So if they ask you to find the perimeter here, how are you going to find it? We have 32.99 as the arc length, and we are going to add the radius, which is from here to here, which is 7 centimeters, and we are going to add another 7 centimeters here, which is going to be 14. So 32.99 add 14 is going to be 46.99 centimeters, which will be the perimeter. This is just an example. They have not asked you for the perimeter, but it's just another example. So the arc length here is 32.99. All right. The last question. The arc length of the sector in the figure is 44 centimeters. Find its radius. So in this question, this is kind of different from the other 5 questions that we discussed. They are not asking you for the arc length, or they are not asking you for the perimeter. They are asking you for the radius, but they have given you the arc length as 44 centimeters. All right. Now you see, this is 120 degrees here, the circle. So this is 120 degrees over 360, the part of this circle. So we don't know the value of r, which we need to find. So the formula is arc length of the figure is equal to 2 pi r multiplied by 120 over 360, which is the size of the circle given. So we know the arc length is 44 centimeters. We are starting to substitute. 2 and pi is equal to 3.142 multiplied by r, which we do not know, we have to find, and 120 divided by 360. When we simplify, we get it as 1 over 3. Now we are going to simplify, that is, we are going to find the value of r, that is, we are going to find the radius here. So to find the radius, we have to make r the subject of the formula, the equation. So we take r to the left side of the equation, and 44, this division 3 becomes multiplied by 3, and 2 multiplied by 3.142. So 44 multiplied by 3 divided by 2 multiplied by 3.142. You get the answer, approximately 21 centimeters. So the radius here would be 21 centimeters. Alright children, I hope circumference of the circle is understood. This is a revision. I hope this is very useful for your examinations. If you have any questions, please do comment below and let us know what are the areas that we need to give you, enlighten you, and do. If you need any revision, please let us know. We will try our best to educate you in the areas that you want. Thank you so much. See you in our next session. Bye bye children.